Can you hit the mute on that TV so it ain't fucking us up? I'm sorry. We can watch this on Twitch if you want. I'm about to post a link. Huh?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to the Academy of Conversations. I'm your host, Mr. Lou, and tonight I got something special for you guys. We talking about from high school to D1 to college, and I got a whole bunch of young men on here. They all hail from Virginia. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, but they most of these guys have been from high school to D1, and I want to start in the bottom with a mom first. Introduce yourself and let the people know where
Hey,
you're
what's
from.
going on, y'all? Man, my name is Armand Jones. Originally from Hanover, PA, but I moved over to Chesapeake, Virginia. So I'm really part of the 757. Made to
Yeah.
feel like it.
All
Went
right.
to high school at Western Branch High School. Then I went on to college at William and Mary. Played 4 years there. Went back 2 more years for my grad school, and now I'm over here all the way in who knows where, Cullowhee, North Carolina.
Mm.
Working
All right.
working as a student academic advisor for the football team over there. So
All right.
that's
Morrison,
me.
go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
What's up, y'all? Teron Morrison, raised in Virginia my whole life, right in the 7-5. Went to Western Branch High School with Armand and the rest of these dudes. Went to Methodist to play football. It was Division 3. Didn't even get to play a whole season. Came back home, got my associates. After my associates, went up to Liberty, get a bachelor's, and right now just looking for another job in the criminal justice field. You feel me?
All right, Mr. Morrison. DJ, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's happening? What's going on, everybody? DJ Lanier. You know what I'm saying? With the Western Branch with all these young guys. Class of 16. After Western Branch ended up going to West Virginia State. I was there for about a year and a half. Things didn't work out and ended up coming back home. Started working. Now I'm the assistant food and beverage manager at Rosie's Casino Hampton.
All right. Free, Mr. Freeman, go ahead.
Hey, how everybody doing tonight? My name is Deshaun Freeman. Played football at Western Branch High School with all of these boys. I also played college football at Methodist University in Fayetteville, North Carolina, with Teron Morrison, as he said earlier. Played there for
Sure.
my freshman and sophomore year. My junior year, I did not play. I sprained my LCL in my right knee. Kind of after that, I decided I just want to be a student. So I transferred to BCU, finished my degree here. I'm a sociology major, and now I just sell life insurance. So if you need life insurance, feel free to drop some your info in the comments.
I drop that info in the comments. He needs some life
Got
insurance.
it.
You shouldn't be 45 years old.
Oh, I
You
drop
know.
my info either or, whatever y'all
Yeah.
prefer.
I get you. I get you. Somebody said something, huh? Let's see here. And last not by least, Nathan, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Nathan Lewis. Hey man, I'm mad how y'all didn't give Western Branch no respect. Like y'all ain't really repping. But I went to Western Branch, home of the Bruins. You
Hey,
know,
bro.
Hey,
graduated 2016. I went to William Mary. Did kinesiology. Played football there as well with Armand. and had a great time.
Good, good, good. Well, it's good to
Class of
see y'all again.
2016, class of 2016 for Western Branch High School, all of us. Just want to throw
Yeah,
that
all of
out
y'all
there.
All of
class
them.
2016. What I want the people to know that how much I've been around y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got to see that y'all grow up. You know what I'm saying? And how things was. It's like all of y'all done something with your life. It's like I want to change the narrative because they always say black men are uneducated, this and that. Man, all of y'all done been to college and two college through college. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I'm just glad nobody relied on football to get them where they wanted to do. Everybody used their brain. I mean, football was just an avenue to get there. I mean, hell, just like I said, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But tell some of the stories that, like growing up with y'all. What is it like to be a high school male athlete getting heavily recruited to college or getting recruited to college doing that? Is it a different world for y'all? Is it new or Morrison? I'll let you go first.
Damn. Well, for me, uh, my recruiting process was a little bit different. See, I never went to any camps for real. So
Mm-hmm.
all the recruiting I got just came from scouts coming from the games that we played
Mm-hmm.
and the camps that the school hosted for us. So all the recruiting that happened for me, I didn't really get a lot of big recruiting. I
Mm-hmm.
think the best deal that I got was to a walk on offer from a Division II school, but that was all the way in Glenville, West Virginia.
Oh man, you'd
And
have had fun.
so what?
You would have had fun. I know where that's at. You'd have had fun.
Yeah, it looked. I ain't gonna hold it. It looked nice up there, but
Yeah,
I just wasn't banging with the walk on. I just wasn't banging with the walk on. I felt like
I feel
my
you.
ego wouldn't let me be a walk on, and I
I
felt like
got
my
you.
talents especially at that age, my talents.
Hey, yo,
I
check
felt like
this out.
I deserved that offer.
Right. Hey, if y'all want to call in and talk to these young men, these young gentlemen about their recruiting process, because I know there's some parents out there that don't understand that their kid can't be showing their ass trying to get a scholarship, or their kid can't be disrespecting the coach trying to get a scholarship. Hey, I got what 2, 4, 5 young men sitting here tell you about the process. I know my homeboy, I call him D man. His name Damian Jackson. He be trying to help kids out, but these kids don't understand. These kids these days, they don't understand about being on time. They don't understand about that GPA is very important. They don't understand that no coach don't have to no dumb athlete, as I used to tell y'all. I tell y'all that all the time.
I'm glad you mentioned the GPA because another thing in high school for me, in class, like I was a C. Like the only class I really got A's in was history because history
Mm-hmm.
just came easy to me, and PE. I was one of them kids.
Uh-huh.
So everything else, C's, D's, every now and every now and again a B.
Yeah. So, folks, if y'all
I ain't
listening out
really
there, y'all heard the man.
I ain't really fully put myself into my education in high school. And looking back at it, I wish I did because it could have really opened up a lot more doors for
Mm-hmm.
me in my recruiting because I had other schools talk to me and being denied you didn't take this class. So I need you to take this class because if you don't take this class, you can't go here.
Right.
Because
Did you?
there's some of these schools got prerequisites that you got to meet.
Hey, understood. DJ, how was the recruiting process for you?
Recruiting was cool. I probably didn't start to get recruited till like I say after my sophomore years when things picked up a little bit. I started getting little letters and stuff in the mail. But a lot of the young athletes getting letters is a lot different from getting offers. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
me and a lot of guys there, we got plenty of letters, but definitely had to wait our time for them
What?
offers, man. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but as far as recruitment, I don't remember exactly how many offers I had. I probably had like at least I probably said like 4 or 5 or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I forgot where I was at.
Nathan, I'm gonna let you go.
But
How was recruiting for you, Nathan?
for sure,
Recruiting was a little different for me. So I tore my ACL my sophomore year, missed my junior year. So a lot of colleges, coaches, they was like, we want to see how you do coming off that ACL. But senior year is just playing with these guys. These guys just on my ass to, bro, show your ass out there. Go do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And then I started getting
facts.
looks senior year, talking to a bunch of different coaches. And then just because you talking to the coach don't mean that they're going to offer you. Me and Armand DJ, we
Big
talked to
fact. Big facts.
Clemson, Georgia, Michigan, all of them come to the school, but they won't offer you.
Facts.
Yeah. Free, I'm gonna let you go. How was yours?
Well, considering I didn't start playing football until my sophomore year, like I didn't play in middle school. I didn't play, my freshman year of high school. I didn't start playing in my sophomore year. So, just getting my feet wet my sophomore year and junior year. I didn't start receiving offers until actually my senior year of high school.
So it
So I mean,
can
I
be
didn't go to
done on short
camps. I didn't
notice,
go
huh?
to. I hear you.
I said it can be done if you want to get done because most people
Yeah,
say if
yeah,
you
yeah,
wait too
yes,
late
sir,
you're
yes,
not gonna
sir.
get.
All glory to God. I just want to
Yeah,
throw that out there too. But I didn't start getting recruited to my senior year of high school. But I always look at it, even though you don't got 20, 30 different offers. I mean, God's got a plan for you. So even though you got 2, 3 offers, I mean, pick whatever you think the best route is speaking to you, and just follow that plan. I
yeah, I
mean,
got you.
whatever you put your mind to, you can accomplish anything you want to accomplish. So it's just all in your mind frame, your mind, like it's just all in your mind frame and how you carry yourself.
Yeah, I got you. Hey, listen up, folks. This is gonna be on Spotify after we do the editing. We put it on Spotify. But right now, you can watch on YouTube at Chef Lou's Roundtable, and you can comment on Facebook Live. The people that's watching, if you got something to say it. Let your voice be heard. You can call in at 480-422. The number's going across the bottom of the screen. I don't even know it by heart, but what is it? Hold on.
It's going down.
Four eight
Four eight
zero
zero
four
four
two two
two
seven
seven
three zero
three
one.
zero one.
Yeah. Hey, if y'all want to ask these young men some questions about any young athletes out there that's watching, and y'all want to ask these young men some questions, they all done graduated college now and everything, moved on with their life from football.
Praise God.
Yeah, praise God. But
Praise
they'll tell
God.
you that it ain't easy. And last but not least, Mr.
I know.
Amon Jones, the Dallas Cowboy fan. That's why you was last.
Yeah, we already know, man. We rocking on 5-2, humbly. I don't know about these little bird fans out here, man, but we gonna rock out with 5.
Little Bird fans is crazy. Little Bird fans. Super
So,
Bowl's coming our way, bro.
yeah,
Fuck you.
But
tell them how
nah,
your
though.
recruiting process was, Amon.
Yeah, starting off, I like just like DJ said. Honestly, we had started getting offers, so we started getting looked at really sophomore year when both of us went to the Under Armour All American game. We were just there, just thinking we were just gonna have some fun, get some free gear, enjoy San Antonio. But I mean, the lessons I learned from that camp, honestly, was just main thing was everybody's watching you. Regardless of what you're doing, everybody's watching you,
Mm-hmm.
and that definitely kind of opened my eyes to like what recruiting could be and actually what going to college can do for you as far as the avenue goes. So coming back from that, learning everything I learned from that, starting getting a lot of more serious looks junior year, and kind
Mm-hmm.
of just like with Nate, just kind of what all of us mentioned, talking to coaches isn't necessarily always a done deal. Like, you're not always going to just get the offer just because you talk to a coach there. Countless coaches came through our school and got us out of class. We were like, God, we got out of class early, but we get to leave just to go and talk to a coach or whatever. But talking to them didn't mean that we were gonna get an offer that day. And so for me, like recruiting was always like a blessing and a curse at the same time because some places really actually genuinely cared about you. They actually thought that you could be, really important and really beneficial to the team. And some people were just kind of just throwing smoke out there. I know Nate kind of mentioned the Clemson situation with their coach, and one of the I don't keep the name discreet, but going going there and kind of him, really sizing us and really kind of feeding us into his dream about going playing there, and so that made us excited. We're like, okay, like it's gonna be a done deal. When I come back, they're gonna throw us an offer because they already saw our tape. Like, it's only gonna be a done deal. Hear nothing else
I
after
got you. I got you. Hey man, let me throw this shameless plug out there. Hey, find this lady Nicole Camilla on Facebook. Her she's running the boutique and her name is Cole Contour Collections LLC. She's running out of DC. So ladies, if you want some nice fashion, hit her up. Nicole Camilla at Cole's Contour Collections. I guarantee you'll like what she have. But
Shout out Nicole.
shout out to Nicole,
Shout
yeah.
out Nicole.
Hey, I want to
Yes,
take a
sir.
step back though. How was it when y'all first came around? Cause you know I can be a lot, and I know like DJ Young always used to be like, Mr. Lewis, you just crazy. So tell some stories about that.
Sheesh.
Hey,
Anybody can
Who
go
start? I
first.
who,
Was
start.
hey, who gonna start it off? Who gonna
I'll
start it
start
off?
it off.
but
For
we all
me,
got one story that'll be on our mind.
for me, it was good to see that my friends, my homeboys, come around the crib and chill, and my pops is gonna kick it to them like we all homeboys. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he gonna show them that like it's a difference. It's a time and a place for everything. So where we can have fun, he gonna make sure you be respectful. He gonna make sure you're on top of that. And the fact that y'all four could come around the crib and understand that, I appreciated that from y'all and from my pops. It's like I felt it on both sides. So it's like that was always good for me. I enjoyed that.
Damn, turning 25 make you sentimental.
Sir, now he wanted the old head, Mr. Lou. He wanted the old head.
What about you, DJ? What's your story? I know, because you probably got, you got quite a few of them.
Nah, hell yeah. Shit, I'm trying to remember it's the first time that I went there. The time that we had stayed the night for the Oscar Smith game.
I don't know.
Or was that different?
I don't even
All right, but yeah, I'm gonna say it is. I think it is. But I remember earlier that day, man, I'm gonna pull up on my boy Nate. You know what I'm saying? Play some cornhole stuff like that. And I had met his pops. You know what I'm saying? And they had already gave me the disclaimer, like, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? He be on grown man time, and like, don't be, you know what I'm saying? Just watch how you move, type deal. You know what I'm saying? My man, Mr. Lou, man, genuine guy. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the few people that is the exact same way from day one for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Stern guy. I don't even want to start. He holds you to a standard. You know what I'm saying? And the standard that he holds you to is how you should be moving throughout life. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely look at Mr. Lou as a father figure, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody I got mad respect for. You know what I'm saying? Someone I just love to death, man. But yeah, you better be able to get shit around here, man. Don't be coming around with your life not in order and stuff like that, because he'll tell you about yourself. So,
oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But
I won't want you to tell me about myself when I'm out of pocket.
100%.
Right,
100%.
I mean, why not?
You know what I'm saying? But
if
and
I
it's
rub
definitely
you the
all
wrong
love
way,
behind it.
Right, I got to respect you as a man. Y'all are no longer that 14, 15-year-old kid. Y'all are grown men.
Mm-hmm.
So I talk to y'all like grown men because I knew one day you will be. If I respect you as a kid, I can respect you as a grown man. Plain and simple. That's where I look at it. Hey, what about you, Amon? I'm going to tell you one about Amon. Amon drunk out of my damn 49er cup, and I went off.
Man, I was saying, always comes up and over just eating some steak or something like that, and that's the story probably tell. You know, I'm just over there just enjoying a nice steak. You know, Mr. Lou's good old cooking, on the grill, whatever, and I'm just like, bet. You know, I'm thirsty. I'm about to grab a cup. You know, grab the first cup I see. What cup is that? The 49ers cup. Grab that, put some ice in there. I'm chilling. Mr. Lou walk in. He said, "Come on, what you doing?" I'm just like, I'm eating some of your food. What are you talking about? He's like, why are you drinking that cup? I already knew that. Now I messed up. I already knew right there I messed up. I already knew I messed up. So, what happens after that? But nah, man, Mr. Lou's definitely a person that always talked to us the same way, been the same way.
Yeah, that's why your dad like me. That's why me and your dad got along so well, because it was love from day one. Because I told your dad when he came over to check out, see where you was at and everything. I told him, I said, man, when he over here, he my son. I ain't gonna let nothing happen to him, but we gonna be men over here. You know what I mean? What about you, Free? What's your story?
Well, I actually got a story. I'm gonna just talk about how great of a person you are. I mean,
I'm not a great
for
person.
one, I mean, I was personally, I grew up all around, women and whatnot. So I mean, just having that fatherly figure, I can say in my life, and helping me change from a boy to a man, especially changing from a black boy to a black man. Life is tough. I mean, life hits you hard. So I mean, just every L you take is not an L, it's a lesson. So I mean, behind everything is a lesson. So I mean, you just taught me how to be comfortable with myself, how to be comfortable in life, and just how to be a man.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know it. I was teaching you that because I never know. You never know what angel you meet, and you never know what lessons you done passed on. Like I tell Nathan, I apologize, and I'm apologize to y'all. I apologize for the things that I done told you wrong, that I messed you up, because my view of the world is screwed. You know what I'm saying? Because it's my view of the world, but it's not y'all's. You know what I'm saying? So if I ever said something out the way, or I apologize. I love each and one of y'all. I got different.
A little bit of tough love ain't never hurt nobody.
Huh?
A little bit of tough love ain't never hurt nobody.
Nah. Hey, Morrison, what's your story about me? Because I know you got a couple too. I just used to fuck with you because you was always quiet.
I'm gonna say I remember the one that I remember the most. I think it was me, Don, and I was bringing Nate home. It's like 2 a.m. in the morning. Nate hops out the whip. I see you in the garage. I'm like, shit. Get out the car, dap you up, and now you trying to fight me, and I'm like, bro, I just want to go home. In my head, I'm like, bro, I just want to go home, bro.
Elevated quick.
I just want to go home. I was
that,
like,
bro.
man, I just want to go home. Bro, you keep pushing me. I'm like, bro, I'm just want to go home tonight, bro. I ain't trying to scrap. I ain't trying to scrap.
Hey,
You
I
ain't going
always
home
be
tonight,
up, man. My
boy.
energy level is always on go. You don't have to ask
For
me.
sure.
Yeah, you want to do what? Let's go. You want to say what? Let's go. That is my mode
Exactly. That's what.
24/7.
See, the thing is, all I said is, "Hey, what's up, Mr. Lou? How you doing?" You're like, "What?
That don't
What?
piss them
What's up?"
off.
Then you kept pushing me. I'm like,
Nah, I
God. I'm
probably
like,
was drunk.
man, goddamn.
He's all right. Come on, bro. Come
But
on.
Yeah, I probably was
I
drunk.
said, I got another
Nothing to
story. It was right when we just lost to Smith our senior year, and I was crying. I ain't gonna. I was crying,
Hmm.
and
I
you
was
gave me
crying
a
too.
hug, and I really appreciated that because you saw the hurt in my eyes because that game meant a lot for us,
Hmm.
and you giving me that hug really brought me back, like gave me composure again.
Man, I
Because
More
for
appreciate
than
me,
that.
life
I
like,
than
didn't
just
know that.
football.
yeah, no
I
problem. Because
I don't know if y'all know, but I told Gibson. I said, man, if it was 10 years ago, I'd whoop your ass. That was the wrong call. That's what I was telling Gibson that night.
Hey, 2016, if you know, that was the wrong call. That was the wrong call.
That was the
QB
wrong
sneak.
call.
I wasn't
QB
mad at
sneak.
it.
You ain't mad at it?
I'm
Hell
mad at
nah.
it.
Cause we was driving the ball down their throat, man. Y'all, we get that first down, no one says anything about that. That's why.
If
I
it
I
was
agree.
a
I
mean,
mean,
fourth
The
and
we
I'm
7
talk
already
second
drunk,
football
I
was
we
would have
always
talking in
got
mine.
more
hindsight. You're right.
points.
We talking in hindsight, but
Yeah,
we should have ran wedge. That I don't know why he didn't choose wedge.
right.
But
So
hey, but
yeah, after that, Gibson didn't say too much to me. He just left me
I
alone.
bet. I bet.
yeah,
What'd you say? I bet. And I remember
I
that
bet.
time
Yeah.
I
He was in
got
that locker room with all of us.
Delbridge ass when I was getting Savon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out to Delbert, man.
Big Savon.
Delbridge said something. I went off on him up there too, and he wouldn't say
Mm.
shit else. You don't remember that, DJ?
You said with Delbert? That was Delbert.
Yeah,
I
the
definitely
black
believe
dude with the
that
gray
shit.
beard.
Yeah, that's definitely Delbert. What you had said to him?
So you remember when Savon had got smart with me on the when y'all was playing on the
Oh,
game, and I told him
for
so.
sure.
I
Yeah.
caught Savon up there after practice one day, and Delbridge
Hmm.
said something. I told him, so I whoop your ass too.
Everybody can get it.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
Hey.
Like Morrison, was you up here?
He
but I
probably
can't
was.
remember that.
Oh,
I can't remember. I was keep. I can't remember. I
yeah,
probably was because it sounds familiar. Because I do
yeah,
remember. I think it happened like in the front of the gate where like
yeah,
everybody lines up when the
yep,
practice is over.
yep.
I
It was in the
definitely
But
front.
remember being on the
I
game
can't fully
hearing that
remember
shit
it.
too.
Yeah, that's exactly what
But
happened. But nah,
I
that's
can't say I
cool,
remember it though.
man. I mean, I'm proud of all of y'all. I mean, shit, like you said, you done went to West Virginia State. You done this. Amon done this. Everybody done what they needed to do. Uh, so this is my homeboy. Let's see, D-Man. If you want to call in, call in. So he just
Holla at us,
called
D
me.
man.
Hey, D-Man, call 480-422-7301. That's going to get you on the show. 480-422. It's scrolling on the bottom.
Oh,
Matter of
Myra
fact,
in here. What's up, Myra? What's up, Myra?
who is Myra? Do you reading?
What it do,
Somebody
Myra?
from my Discord.
Oh, okay. Let me try to call D-Man, see if I can get him on here.
Hey,
Apparently,
he
if
just
people commented it, I don't know if you see the y'all can see the
Yo,
box,
D-Man,
chat box.
Nah, we can't
What?
see the chat box.
can y'all hear D-Man? Say something, D-Man.
Yo,
Yo,
yo.
can y'all hear him?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's
Yep.
good, D man?
Hey,
How
D-Man,
you
they can hear
doing?
you now. So D-Man is my dude that owned the company that I was saying. He doing what Coach Bell did for y'all.
Recruiting.
Yeah, recruiting.
No recruit.
Recruit.
Okay.
And some of the problems he be running into, parents don't understand that you can't talk back to the coach. You can't disrespect the coach. I mean, protect your kid and
Absolutely.
everything, but you can't be disrespectful to the coach. So D-Man, you can go ahead and speak your mind, bro.
Well, I mean, I appreciate you guys letting me come up in here with y'all and hanging out tonight. But I mean, I just go ahead and keep chatting about what your conversation is currently,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm riding in a little bit of frustration mode right now. So
All right, well, just listen and jump in when you jump in, okay?
I got some.
yeah, 10-4.
All right, go ahead, Nate.
All right, so that's another thing I was just thinking about. Like we all talked about how our recruitment process was. It's a lot of things behind the scenes that the parents don't see too. It's like these coaches that are recruiting for you in high school, they talking to the college coaches and everything. So, like we just said, you can't be disrespectful to your coaches because they painting a picture for these college coaches who recruiting you. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big thing. Like we keep talking about, stand on your grades. And don't, as a high school student, even though you 17, 18 years old, don't be afraid to be who you are. Don't be afraid to stand up and be like, I think we should do it this way. Be respectful about it, but let them know that like you in a position where like you control your destiny, not somebody else. Because I feel like a lot of the times things could have been different for us at Western Branch if guys like us that are in this podcast, if we stepped up and be like, man, I think we should do it this way, or I think we need to focus harder on this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's been young men, you know what I'm saying?
But I got a question for all of y'all. What was the hardest thing going from high school to college? What was the hardest transition? Was it time management?
Freedom.
Where was it from? Was it time management, just managing your classes? What was it also? What was the hardest thing playing from going from high school football to college football? Talk about how that affected you and what you had to adjust to do that? Go ahead, DJ.
Shit, for real, the biggest thing from going high school to college, I say, man, at that point, it's a job, man, for real. So it's not just like, hey, after school over, we do 2, 3 hours of practice. You know what I'm saying? You go back home and take care of whatever. It's like, nah, before school even start, you're doing conditioning, weightlifting. Then you go to your 8 a.m.s. After that, then you go to meetings. After that, then you're watching film. After that, you find a way to squeeze in your homework. So you just around the clock 24/7. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, you really gotta love it. It ain't just for the love of the sport no more. No more just kicking it with your homeboy. Like, you know what I'm saying? You make time for shit like that, but you know, at that point, it's a job. No more. No more. It's not as much freedom. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward with that.
Yeah. What would you say, Mom?
Um, Yeah, honestly, I would say the biggest thing as far as also is a business for sure, but definitely time management. I mean, just going from being able to tell yourself you having a set schedule every day in high school, someone's telling you to do something every single time when you're in high school. To now when you're in college, it's like nobody's telling you to get up in the morning and go to class. Nobody's telling you that you need to go eat. Nobody's telling that you need to do anything. Really, it's all up to you at that point. So then it really comes to like ask yourself like, do you really want to do this or not? And that's where we're kind of going back to DJ's point, being a business like it's not the same sugar coat that they brought you on the campus and all this dream that they kind of puffed up to you. Like now it's like a real life thing. You gotta actually want to do this thing. You actually gotta want to go to class. You actually gotta want to practice, wake up early, do all that stuff. It really and be successful not only on the field but also in school too. So time
So
management is
go ahead.
yeah.
So
Go ahead.
I want Nathan and Free to talk about this. What Morrison to talk about this part. I didn't mean to cut you off, Amon. I'm sorry.
Are you good?
That's a bad host. I shouldn't have done that.
Like you said.
But like you
You know,
said,
you can say I talk too much.
no, you just kept reiterating DJ's point, and I'm quite sure everybody else is going to say the same thing. It's about time management.
Along the lines, yeah.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
I'm a leader.
You got to want it.
I think D-Man talking.
All of that stuff that the young men are talking about, all of that stuff starts at home. You know what I'm saying? Because when William and I was growing up in Keystone,
You can call me Keg.
our our parents wasn't in there making us up. So we learned at an early age that we had to get up. So we instilled that
Go get it.
into my son's name is Damien, and Nathan. Hey, this is what you got to do when you get there. This is what you got to do. So it all starts at home
Mm-hmm.
from the beginning.
Not for
If you're
sure.
if you're raised that way to be able to handle business and then handle your pleasure, have your pleasure, then
Mm-hmm.
the transition from high school to college should just come second nature. Boom.
So what advice
I
would
got
you
I got a
give to
counterpoint to that.
hold on, Fred, I'm gonna let you go. I want D-Man to respond
Okay.
upon this. What advice would you give to these young kids now that's coming up, that's trying to get a scholarship, is trying to do that? What would you say to them now, D-Man?
The main thing I'm gonna say to them right now is just I don't care how good you are. I don't care if you don't have the grades. It's a wrap.
Yeah,
Forget about it.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
That's fast.
depending on what level of school you go to, these schools are putting packages together. And the better your grades are, the more money they can get for you via
Mm-hmm.
academics.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Hell yeah.
you can be the best thing in the world on that field, but if
Mm-hmm.
you running around out there with a 1.7 GPA, man, that's all you're gonna be is a good high school player, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Hey, Free, what was
So
you about to say?
Now I was just gonna say, he said, what is it? If you have a good foundation at home, you more likely have a good foundation in college. You can transition, but everybody's not blessed to have like a good foundation at home. Some people, football is their way out. So I mean, it's just like, what I'm saying, like it's do or die. What I'm saying. So just
Yeah.
because I mean, saying it will be easier to transition from high school to college ball because you have a good foundation. Not everybody has a good foundation, so it's tougher for some other people
But
than
sometimes it's
other
like it
people.
goes back to what the mindset. Even though you got a good foundation, it's about how bad you want it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want it, your foundation can be solid. You have to want it. Uh, Morris, how bad did you want it? Did you have days where you didn't want it? You didn't want it as bad as others? How bad did you want it, Morrison?
In college or in high school or just in general?
College, just in general.
I mean, in general, I'm uncompetitive by nature. You can ask these dudes. Like,
Oh, I know.
I like, I'm competitive. So like, if I don't need nobody to challenge me to do anything, I'm gonna challenge myself to do it before anybody else needs to do it for me. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, I've always been tenacious. Like, I ain't need a that you don't need to put. I don't need a push. Like, I like the push, but I best believe I won't need it.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. If that makes sense.
Hey, you and that man child. What was that man child? The guy that played tight end for y'all. That went to
Maurice.
the military.
Maurice.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh,
y'all
Maurice
two, I
went to the
didn't want to mess
military.
with. I wasn't gonna mess
I
with.
ain't gonna know
That
Oh,
that.
was a man child. Y'all ain't need no push. Morrison and that other guy. Ooh, Lord.
hey,
Uh,
hey,
Like
and
hey,
the
I ain't
dude,
need
back to my
and,
I ain't need no more gas in my engine. Like
You was topped
I
off.
was I was yeah, like G shit. Like I ain't need none of it for real. But some people, like I think some people they do need that extra push. Some people have that
Yeah.
self doubt. They lack that confidence in their own ability, that confidence in themselves. So me, I didn't lack any of those. But for
Nah,
those
I
who
I
what
do
would you?
will
need it,
say.
I understand.
Yeah, I will say
Let
all
me
of
ask
y'all
you
was
this, Morrison.
dogs. All of y'all was go ahead, Free. All of y'all was dogs. Y'all, I didn't have to push none of y'all. Everybody on this panel, I didn't have to push. It was like y'all was already boom. This is what I'm gonna do. This is how it's gonna be. Yeah, everything. Hey, I still gotta get another shout out to my girl Nicole. Nicole and her contour. Cole's Contour Collections LLC. Y'all need to check out on Facebook. Nicole Karima. Get your thing. She's running her boutique business. It's online. She's opening up a store. Holla at her. Get your girl some clothes. Ladies, if you want to go shopping, she got a nice collection of things. Hey, Cole, there you go again. Your shout out. Can't
Hey, we go toast to the cold
I'll
contour.
let Nicole. Hey, shout out
hey, y'all
Nicole.
let
Y'all
That's
Nicole.
listen.
all.
Everybody
That's
Listen, what
toast
all.
Cole
Cole.
talking about?
Hey, for you
Amari
about to
better go
ask
get
something, though,
some
bro?
water.
I know.
Oh,
I got nothing to
yeah. I
warm.
mean,
Y'all
Mm-hmm.
no, I
warm.
mean, everybody don't got that same confidence to you. So for the people that's watching, the parents, the kids, anybody just watching, what would you say to a young high school athlete or just a young high school person to have more motivation into themselves to just keep pushing?
Yeah, well, at some point you got to tell that person, hey, either you want this or not. I know, like for me and my son, for Nathan, as y'all know, it's like I didn't tell him to play football, didn't ask him to play football. When I realized he was serious about it, I just supported him. You know what I'm saying? The same thing that I did for y'all. Just like I'm glad I was able to get y'all a place to come. Like, hey, y'all could have came, y'all could come to the house, and Nathan didn't have to be there. And
For sure.
yeah, and you still gonna get treated like he was there. It was no different. You know what I'm saying?
For
So
sure.
I was glad I was able to get y'all a place to come, to stay out of trouble, to have somebody to talk to. Like his Free was saying, like that foundation, something to bounce off of. See, I think D man, these are what these kids are missing these days. Cause you know how we grew up, D man. We grew up in the village, and everybody took care of us. Not a lot of people did that. You know what I'm saying, D man? D man. Well, I guess he on the road. He's still frustrated. So we'll move on.
It's been a long
No,
day.
hey, but free to answer your question. I think for the kids who do have the high schools that do have that self doubt, uh, I feel like sometimes you really got to sit down and ask yourself, like just like Mr. Lou said, how bad do you want it? Where does how much drive do you have? Do you have enough drive in yourself to push yourself through your self doubt? Because I'm not saying I don't have self doubt. Of course I do. I'm human just like everybody else.
Right.
But I'm not going to let that self doubt stop me from doing things I know that I can accomplish. So
Right.
I think for
100.
those kids, where like where do you still you gotta have that drive to push yourself through that limit, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have it. And if you don't have it, it's okay to hang up. It's okay to hang up the cleats, bro.
It's okay
It's
to
okay
hang
to
up the
hang it up.
cleats.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's okay to
Like
hang up
it's
the
gonna
cleats.
happen eventually.
Yeah.
If it's
So
okay to hang it up, bro.
go ahead.
So going off of that, it's something that me and my pops been talking about recently. It's a humbling experience when you have to be honest with yourself, and that's what Morrison is saying. Is like you just got to be real with yourself. A lot of people say they want this and they want that, but you don't like. You got to really show you want that. You got to love every part that come with this practice, the games. Like we were saying, turn into a business.
100.
You got to love those meetings. You got to love the workouts, the events you got to go do for the boosters. You got to love all of that. Like you got to love when you get injured and you got to go through those rehab stages. Like if you're not really willing to be a part of every single part of that, you don't want it bad. And that's what it means to me to want it bad. Like I done tore my ACL 3 times, so like I understand
Sheesh.
that that process of getting injured. And I'm not gonna lie, like the more and more I got injured, the less and less that like it was taking parts of me. I didn't love it as much as when I started. Cause Morrison was talking about that self doubt, but that's just my piece.
Let me give a shout out to my
Facts.
sponsors, Matty Lee, Southern Smokehouse. Matty Lee's, that's my business that I sponsor myself. If y'all want to sponsor me, hey, y'all can always have cash at me. But I would like for you to support me at Chef Lou's Roundtable. Go like and subscribe. Download the audio version on Spotify. It's the Cottoman Conversation. Yep, but we're going to move on. Tell me about some of the things, like, I just seen a video earlier today where Nathan tried to dunk on DJ. What was some of y'all with each other?
Okay.
You
That
know what
boy
I'm
Nate.
saying?
Glad everybody got out of there safely though. Nobody was injured.
Yeah, 'cause I know y'all had fun with each other. It's like I tell you this, y'all used to try to keep a lot of stuff from me, but y'all always knew that I always found out. Just like
So they say what's done in the dark always come to the
the
light.
light. Just like when Nathan Amon was in my garage and left something in the ashtray. You remember that?
Oh boy.
I remember
Oh
that. I
boy.
Oh,
Say, R.
What was that?
Yeah.
Yo, man.
Scooby Doo. Y'all remember?
I
I
don't
remember.
know.
I remember. Told you about yourselves.
For me, like I said earlier, like just my guys being able to come around my family and just be themselves, I appreciated that. And then, like you said, a lot of the stuff that we was doing that we felt like we needed to hide or whatever, just being able to, I joke somebody and they not getting in their feelings, they just joke me right back. I respect that a lot from all these
For
guys.
sure.
Like these dudes will
yeah.
tell me my shit stink in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you doing something wrong. You need to do this, or like I think you should do this. I suggest this. This is how I would move, and just being real with each other. Like, bro, you fucked up when you did this, and like I felt this way when you did this, but like we all good. It's all love at the end of the day, and that's why I respect these dudes. I don't gotta talk to them every day, but it's all love when we do talk, and that's
Constructive criticism.
that's
Constructive
yeah, that's
criticism.
really my best. That's what I love about these dudes is like we all on that same page. We all got that same mindset. We just want to grow.
Hey, all of y'all still the same to me. Nathan still love his printed T-shirts. DJ still.
I did cut my hair though. I did.
Yeah, you did cut your hair free, but you never wear a shirt. You like them old sleazy tank tops.
Them tank top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They-
free.
That's
Yeah.
it's that the same three of that, bro. It's the same three.
This is my
Like, we
favorite
can
tank
watch
top,
it.
man. My favorite tank
Yeah,
top.
he stay in the tank top. I think he was out there on the pole.
He said he'll watch.
Hey, Magic Mike.
That's how he was Magic Mike.
We don't watch crazy.
But
Yeah, Keg, they doing a lot better than us.
who? They doing a lot better than us.
Hey, we used to the
Yeah,
technology.
Ain't no way in the hell we would been able to daggone roast each other nowadays.
Nah.
And
Mhm.
certain people, I would say.
Yeah.
But
I be
That's some
catching
crazy people out
feelings.
here.
everybody still be kumbaya. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
but I think
So
that's go- I think that's the thing about us is like, yeah, we could joke with each other, but like we all have that boundary, and we know like when we cross that boundary with each other, and if we do cross that boundary, we are not afraid to check each other and tell them like, "Yo, bro, like I don't play like that," or "Chill, don't talk to me like that."
Facts.
And once one of us say that, then we respect that, and like we respect when each other getting pissed off about something. Is like I'm gonna mess with you, but like I'm gonna respect you at the same time.
But that's what it always
Facts.
been. Even when they came over to the house and like that, everything is like they know they was more than welcome to do whatever they want. All they had to do was just respect my house.
Hmm.
And it was
No
like
question.
no. After that, it was like, man, what do you want to do? What do you want to eat? What we gonna do?
Uh,
Because like I
to
said,
add on
my
to that,
energy levels
I'm
always
with
high. Huh?
whatever.
yeah.
Hey, let me
To,
tell you something else about Amon. Amon loves steak. I cook. Amon told me he wanted steak well done. I told him I wouldn't cook it. He said, "All right, cook it the way you want."
All right, he's scrolling. That was DJ. DJ's the one that likes it
Oh,
well
that was
done.
yeah,
DJ.
I'll do the
Yeah, that
one.
was
Yeah,
definitely
I
well
Yeah,
need
done.
mine well done.
that boy
Yeah,
I
like
DJ's
went
the
eating
one that
with
likes
junk,
it well
don't
done.
he?
I
DJ.
do medium,
Yeah, when I
medium
cooked
well
that
done.
steak,
Max.
DJ ate the hell out of that steak, boy.
Nah, I'll
It was
punish that
it was
Jane. I ain't
good.
gonna lie. I had to punish that Jane.
But I know that y'all be talking about. So, what is some of y'all's favorite highlights from college or high school? Morris, and I'll let you go first.
From high school,
Mm-hmm.
it's got to be that Smith game. That Smith game,
Yeah.
I think that was even though we lost, that was probably like the best. That was the best feeling game that I feel like I've ever played in.
Mm.
No
Like the atmosphere, the emotion, the tension, the close game at the end. Like that's something
Yeah.
that I've never felt that feeling. I never
Yeah.
felt that feeling
I
again.
think y'all didn't know I had some people come down from West Virginia to watch y'all that game.
Oh,
Uh,
word.
doubt,
and
Yeah.
we saw it and
Mm-hmm.
I wish you could have
disappointed.
came away with a W then.
Yeah.
Yeah, 23-21.
What?
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna say in college, it was the few times I got on the field. I ain't gonna say the few because I was nice, but the time I got on the field, I had a pass breakup
were you?
on the tight end. He tried to hit me with a seam route. I shut that shit down. That jink was not about to fly. Broke that jank up. Almost got the interception, but that was
Mm-hmm.
that was uh that was probably my best college highlight.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Nate?
So high school, I say probably the Indian River game my senior year
All right, so
because we were underdogs in that game, but it felt like nobody on the team felt like we was gonna lose that game. Like even from the
Yeah.
players that wasn't
Hell
even
no.
gonna play, nobody thought we was
Because it
gonna
was
lose
just
that
Indian
game,
River, yeah.
and everybody went in balling. I feel like as a whole unit, defense, offense, special teams, we was all locked in that game, and that's what it's always been about for me. That camaraderie, like so I feel like that. And then from college, my favorite moment was my first home game. It came my senior year because I kept getting hurt. And so, like my last year, we played I think Colgate, and we won. I don't even remember the score, but it was just the fact that I got to play in Zabel Stadium. Like that was my biggest moment to me.
What about you, Free?
My favorite high school moment was Coco. I still remember this to this day. I think it's my first play on my highlight tape. But I was playing defensive end. I was playing defensive end. It was a play call, and I had to drop back the middle linebacker, and I made the tackle. So it's probably my
Mm.
favorite highlight from Coco when we played Florida. And then from college, I had to say when we played Avery because I was playing defensive line and somebody we actually played high school with, Michael Cagle, if you're watching this.
Mm.
It was just fun going up against somebody I used to play high school with. Now we're playing, we're playing against each other in college, so that was pretty fun.
Hey, Free, I didn't know you played Kegel. That's what's up.
Yeah, yeah, he played at Avery, so that was pretty fun.
That's tough.
What about you, DJ?
shit. I probably say high school definitely probably Indian River for a different reason though. I remember the previous year we had lost on our homecoming. You know what I'm saying? And that shit pissed
Oh
me
yeah,
the
we
fuck
did.
off. That pissed me the fuck off different. I went in the locker room. I
I want you to
was
try to
I
relive
was
that.
causing hit. I'm throwing chairs, punching lockers, all that shit. Like pissed off. And the reason why it had such an effect, I know these guys remember, but one of our former tight ends, his name's Sidney Wellens.
I know
He had played
Sydney.
for us the previous year. Played for us the previous year. And that game, our homecoming, he dead ass went off. Like you gotta tip your hat to him. He went off that game.
Oh
I think he
yeah.
got a
Mm-hmm.
return for a touchdown and got a game sealing pick. You know what I'm saying? So that next year we went into it, and it was more personal than anything. I'm like, we not fucking losing this game. No questions, no ifs, ands, buts. It's strictly business. You know what I'm saying? So we going into that shit. We already had that mindset. And I remember when they had got that touchdown, like we was just really talking our. We was on our shit. Like we was really popping that. Like we ain't losing. We don't give a fuck how many 5-star, 4-star they got. They had 2 bedtime linebackers, Devin Hunter, bedtime receiver / athlete, and a fucking quarterback. I forgot bro name, but he was
Ahmad,
like that too though. He went to Nova
Jaquan
State.
Ahmad got a
Euler,
pick
But
that game too. I remember.
yeah, but
Got
that
two.
game was just personal. Like us coming together like that, I feel like that meant something. That's one of them games. Like it just meant something. It was different. We held it to a different standard type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like how we say, that mean we had to get our lick back. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Hey,
that
look,
game definitely hit different.
hey,
You know what I'm
thinking about it
saying?
now,
What's yours,
we
Amon?
did snap on that game. Look, thinking about it again, we did snap.
Yeah. For college though, for college, my bad. What you about to say, Mr. Lou?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, for college, I probably say the thing that stuck out. I probably say the first week of pass. You know what I'm saying? Because when I got in everything,
Send a
when I got in
message.
everything, everybody see my highlights and shit like that. They're like, all right, nah, bro, valid type shit. You know what I'm saying? We did the training, like, bro, like for alignment, I was low key fast as shit. You know what I'm saying? Strong as hell, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But when we got them pass, so that's when you can really separate the boys from
From the
men type
men.
deal. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's different from a high school. Like you that guy, point blank. College, you gotta earn them stripes type deals. You know what I'm saying? So that first week of pass, I remember, I was like highlight player for that whole week or whatever. I had pulled up. You know what I'm saying? I remember high school, I did a lot of pull-ups. I had pulled up, got some linebacker. I drove him for like 10 yards, put him on his shit, and I started talking that shit during the play. Ball all the way down there, and I'm popping my shit to his head. Like that shit just something sparked out of me. You know what I'm saying?
Unnecessary
So
roughness.
yeah, I
Unnecessary
mean,
roughness.
after
DJ, you
yeah,
always talking
yeah,
shit to everybody though.
They did that the first
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
So
what about you,
that's what stuck
Amon?
out for me at college.
hmm What was your high school highlight and your college highlight?
for me.
2-1,
I
2-1.
think I think the overall highlight. I think everybody said Indian River, so I ain't gonna say that one. So I would say probably sophomore year. It was homecoming. We played Nasman. It was a pretty good game, but that was like the first game I actually got some serious time. Now, I think I had a pretty good game. I don't know if I had double digit, but I was close to it. And I just came in. I didn't even start that game. So I think that kind of showed me that I could actually play, in high school and actually do something for real. So that was
Yeah.
definitely like one of the biggest highlights as far as high school. For college, I would probably say homecoming again. Junior year, we had played Maine, and looking back, I didn't even really realize how big it was. But Maine was ranked in all of like the nation, and I don't think we even knew it back then. But they had played us homecoming, and I took a pick six back to the crib when they were
I
like in
remember
our
that
red zone.
game.
So
90
yeah,
yards.
so
Was
I,
it
90
we,
90
I,
yards.
I
I was
think I
at
was
that one.
like, yeah, it was like 70 yards. Yeah, DJ was at that one. Jordan, they obviously like, taking that back to the crib is when they're about to score. Just kind of getting electricity out of that from the crowd, and everybody was pretty hype about that. And us winning that game, that was
hmm
definitely a big highlight for me. But
What about you,
respect.
Free?
Yes,
High school?
going
sir.
off our mind, bro? That first of all, it was 90 yards, but second
That
of
was
all,
90,
bro,
90 yards and 70.
we was down.
I'm bugging.
We was down at the time, and so that like changed the
Oh,
momentum, like to bring us back. So I feel that.
For sure.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was a big play. It was huge.
Yeah. What about you, Free? High school and college?
Nah, you already asked, but
Oh, I already asked
I
you.
can go.
Oh, okay. Hey, D-Man, hey, what you
He
think
said
about
he
these
said he ain't
young
come
men,
hard
man?
enough.
Huh?
Hold on, Free. Go ahead, D-Man.
No, thank you.
Well, I ain't been really listening long because I was on the phone with my daughter. So,
Oh,
but I mean, it sounded like these young men had some good high school careers and went on to college and did well. I know nephew had a few injuries, but hey, look at
mm-hmm,
him now.
mm-hmm.
But as far as the rest of them, they sound very intelligent.
So, but reason I wanted you to weigh in on this, because like I said, you got your recruiting business. With these
Yeah,
type of athletes, would you be looking at and be interested in the type of athletes that these young men are? I mean, of course, they're not athletes anymore; they productive citizens of society. But is that what? Tell me what you looking for in your athletes that you want to help recruit and help get scholarships.
well, I spend a lot of time on Twitter. I don't really look at Instagram much at all, but I spend a
Mm-hmm.
lot of time on Twitter. But But if I run across a kid that the tape looks good,
Mm-hmm.
I'm intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, we got a tape. So then I immediately go to the profile and see if all of this kid's information is on his profile, and that profile should consist of, his GPA, his test scores, if he
Mm-hmm.
has them, his position, his 40 times, shuttle times, and his head coach's number and all that stuff. So, and his DMs should be open.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't have to follow a kid for that kid's DMs to follow me back for them to be open. The
Right.
DMs should be always be open. And the name of the game nowadays is measurables, man.
Yeah.
Measurables.
Yeah.
You know,
They need to talk about that because when I know when Nathan, I was taking Nathan to the camps and everything. I just felt like it was a swap meet. It's like, can I get the biggest kid at the position, the best kid, the biggest best kid at that position. I mean, I'm watching. They got their arms spread out and they taking the arm measurements and stuff. They got it's like it, to me, and this might sound bad, but it's the modern day slavery trading block.
Yeah,
That's
literally, they
how I
talked
look
about
at
it
it.
in one of my
Yeah, I can see
classes.
it.
as a
I
parent,
I can see it
as a
that way. I can
parent,
see it. It's definitely there.
Go ahead, D man.
as a parent, man, the parent has got to, if you don't know, you need to ask,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
I have blocks of information that show what size a kid should be at XYZ position. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And what school that kid could potentially attend at his position based on his size.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just go with my son right fast, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
My son is the long snapper, short snapper at North Carolina A&T.
Go Aggies.
So I knew going in, he was an undersized center. In high school, he played center at 5'9", but he was doggish. You know me? He was doggish. So he wanted to go to college. So Coach Riley told us, "Hey, you need to learn how to long snap." He learned how to long snap his junior year, and now he's got a scholarship at North Carolina A&T. But we were realistic in it. Hey man, you ain't going to college to play center at 5'9".
True.
You know what I mean? But you can go to college and long snap.
Mm-hmm.
He's now almost 6 foot, but I don't have to worry about him getting hurt,
Mm-hmm.
and he's getting education for the next 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when I say, and that's when I say when parents have got to be realistic. If the doctor is saying your kid might end up being 5'10", between 5'10" and 5'11", all right, I got to start looking at these rosters of schools, what they're recruiting, what they like to recruit, what size their kids are, and all of that stuff. Man, it's a whole lot that goes into it that parents just don't know.
What gets me with the parents is when they want to argue or when somebody try to tell them something that's good for their kid or something like that. I know there's a lot of people told me a lot of stuff about Nathan, but I never said nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just told him what they told me and let Nathan take care of it. I can't be that parent that's going to be, no, my son is going to do this, my son is going to do that. I remember one game, that All Star game, and this is my highlight watching y'all on football, watching my son, and I got stories about all of y'all, but watching my son at the All Star game, and they messed up his name. That's the only thing I was mad about because they wanted to call him Nate. I wanted to call him Nathan, you know. Um, yeah, with Amon, it was that Nathan tipped the ball and you intercepted and ran it back in high school. You know what I'm saying?
And Nate was sick about that too, lo and
Yeah.
behold.
With DJ, I think y'all was playing Indian River. I think it was you got a sack or a strip sack one, and it was at a critical spot, and you came through.
Oh yeah, for sure, for
I never
sure.
remember that. I
Yeah.
never remember that.
Uh, With free, you just be blast. You and Morrison, y'all just used to blast people.
Ah.
I mean, y'all was just hitters.
I
A little
blasted
bit.
Free the whole time.
You blasted free the whole time.
Look. Free go
And
alley.
we can still, and we can put the pass on, man. I tell you this all the time. Like, we can put the pass on again.
I'm
I ain't
about,
an athlete no
I'm
more.
about
but
like
you got it.
people.
Hey, D-Man, you heard? It's like, hey,
Guys, we,
I was we was like,
we got jobs we got to tend to nowadays,
Right.
guys.
But look,
But
so
you know, it, huh?
I want to kind of expand on what D-Man was saying, and I understand the whole you got to be this size and this weight and everything. But a lot of colleges and recruiting establishments miss out on the kids because these my guys. Like I'll tell you, DJ was known for pancaking people. Armand, I'm a big fan of Armand. All the pick sixes he done got in college. Free, he was one of those dudes that like he didn't want to play both ways, but he had the abilities to do it. Morrison, straight to the point. Like I'm gonna block your ass to the ground, and when we on defense, I'm
Straight
gonna pick
athlete.
your ass. I'm gonna scoop you. You know what I'm saying?
Menace.
Yes,
I'm
no.
a fan of all of these guys.
Ain't no cap in y'all rap, bro.
But the best dude to me that I played with in high school football, dude was about 5'8", about 170. And he wore number 8. And I know all y'all know who I'm talking about.
Oh, Keith
Oh, you
Howard.
talking about Key?
The boy
Keith
Keith.
Howard, yeah.
He
I
could
already
play
know
any
you was about to
position on
say.
the
About to
field.
say
That's-
Davis.
He was an athlete. He was an
Well,
athlete.
I don't even know who was that talking just now.
That was Nathan.
Nate.
That's
Hey,
you.
Nate. Yeah, and I get and I understand what you're saying too. But I think at the end of the day, it's about what fits you. You know what I mean? What
Mhm.
fits that 5'8" person.
Right.
Just like, we all know Tariq Cohen, he didn't have no offers coming out of high school.
no.
But you know what? A&T seen him and was like, yeah, let's get him.
Right.
And look what happened to him. So it's all about the fit. You can't, man, if you go to Alabama at 5'8", your ass better be running a 4.2.
Right.
I mean, it's just that's just the nature of the beast. And I hate that it's like that because look at last year, Coastal Carolina, their offensive line, none of their guys were over 6'2", but they went undefeated. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they said, hey, we're not trying to dunk a basketball, we just got to block. And I love the underdog. I love the underdogs when it comes to stuff like that because at some point in time, it's unfortunate in the college world, it's a business.
Yeah.
Although the NFL game is dominated by guys that are 5'10" to 6 foot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But in the college world, these guys, hey, I can't take a gamble on 5'8" guy, but it's easier for me to gamble on a 6'5" guy. And
Yeah, but you're not losing it.
my bosses, yeah, my bosses not be ready to fire me if that 6'5" guy doesn't succeed. But if I gamble on that 5'8" guy and he don't succeed, they gonna fire me.
I feel that.
And that's the nature of the collegiate
The
business right
business.
now.
And that's the side I don't really understand because I haven't been on that side. But like I know all these guys could tell you, we done had 6'4", 6'8", 6'9" guys that just was pure trash. Like
I done put 6'4" dudes on their
I
ass.
mean,
I done put
Hey, I know
6'4" dudes
some
on their
six.
ass.
Hey,
I'm the smallest in the group. I'm 5'10", 180. I done put big dudes on
Go
their
ahead,
ass
D-Man.
consistently. So
and you know what else, Nate?
What's up?
It's like this. When I say parents got to be realistic and everything, they got to understand too. They play good football at Division 2. They play good football at Division 3.
you get the same
I mean,
education.
same education, same type of football. I mean, look at North Dakota State. They killing it every year. You got Ferris State in Division 2, killing it every year. Lenore Ryan killing it every year. Fayetteville State, Lenore Ryan got people getting drafted
Fayetteville
into the
State.
NFL.
Yep. Kyle Duggan.
It's like, I mean, come on. So those are the things that parents need to also pay attention to.
Yo,
Hey, son, that don't get so caught up on the D1 dream.
Right.
right.
I'm glad you said that too, because if you got dreams for the NFL, it's more than one way to go to the NFL. You don't have to go D1 to go to the NFL. Jerry Rice,
Fact.
I don't think he was D1 at the time. Mississippi Valley State wasn't D1.
Tom Brady was undrafted, wasn't
No, Tom Brady
Now
was
he
the
was like
last pick in
seventh
the
round,
draft.
sixth round,
he?
seventh round.
But he
Something
went
like
to
that.
Michigan. I'm
Yeah, he
talking
went to
about.
Michigan.
I'm talking about going from high school to college. Like you don't have to.
No,
be
I'm
a
just
D1
talking about
player.
underdog. Yeah, I feel you though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you could
But
be.
yeah,
You could be the underdog, like D-Man said. Like, ain't nothing wrong with going D1, D2, D3. The pool is getting
yeah.
smaller no matter what level you on.
Hey, I
That's
will.
facts.
You got so many options now. You got so many options now because the way I'm seeing it right now, the XFL is getting ready to start up. The USFL ain't going nowhere. You got the NFL and you got the CFL, and then you throw in the arena football. I mean, they play some good fall in the arenas too, some good ball in the arenas too. So I mean, there's so many options. I mean, the NFL. At the end of the day, we always got to understand there's only a certain percentage of kids that are going to get that college scholarship, and an even smaller percentage of kids that are going to get that NFL professional opportunity. So you gotta parents got to go into it thinking 40 years versus
Hmm.
4 years.
Right. Hey, time out. I see the comment over here, Marquise. If y'all don't know him, he went to Nasman. He was number 7. He was the dude that took the opening kickoff back on us. But he knew what
I
happened at the
definitely
end of the
remember. I
game.
definitely remember, bro.
He knew what happened at the end of the game, though.
Hey, Marquise, me and his mom used to work together, and I told him that y'all was gonna whoop them that game. I made a lot of money off of y'all. Trust me, I made a lot of.
Doing, man?
Hey, they was in high school,
Can't
D
be
man.
doing- Yeah, but you can't be doing that.
D man, don't tell nobody. They can't prove nothing
You
now.
told the world. You just told the world.
It's too late.
Hey, we all our eligibility gone. We good.
Yeah, the
Bye.
eligibility gone. Yeah, I made like
We growing.
I
nigga
made
sniping.
money off
That's
of
all the time.
DJ and his pancakes. I made money off of Nate and his pick six. I made money off of mom plugging up the middle. I made money off of Free, and I made money off of Morrison. I'm sorry, that's the Crown Morrison.
What
And
school
too
did y'all
deep.
go to? I know Nate went to William and Mary. Where else? Where did you guys go to school, college wise?
D man want to
I
know
went
what
to
DJ.
Methodist
again.
Uni. Oh, you can go deep.
Me and Freeman went to Methodist University. It's Division 3.
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Hey, listen, man. I know the. Hold up. When did you go to Methodist?
What was it 2017, 2016?
Yeah, we all
26,
graduated in
2016, 2017.
Yeah,
Y'all graduated
2016.
high school in
Yeah.
2016, D man.
Oh man, y'all some old heads, huh?
Yeah.
I'm only 24 now. I'm only 24 now.
I'm bad. All heads is crazy. All heads is crazy. I ain't,
So,
I ain't ready for that moniker yet. I ain't ready
ain't
for that
ready for that
moniker
one
just
yet?
yet.
Hey, so let me tell
I'm trying
y'all,
to think.
D man is one of the
Was
most.
Derek Williams there?
Derek
Was
Williams.
Derek Williams there at Methodist when y'all was there?
Derek Williams.
Coach Williams.
No,
I don't remember hearing that name.
But
I
I
don't
was there
remember
for
hearing
like
that name.
2016,
We ain't really
2018.
big for real.
My freshman
They
into my
might
junior
We
year.
ain't I ain't graduate there, so
Mhm.
They were like the little water boys.
Hey, so
Methodist
Oh,
was
no,
a
hey, check
good
tape.
school.
no the
Check tape
fuck,
now.
hey, D man,
no the
DJ
fuck
went
we
to West
won't.
Virginia State.
No, we won't.
Check tape.
DJ went to West Virginia State.
Yeah, DJ went to West Virginia
Yes,
State.
sir.
You was up there with Coach Pennington.
Yeah, I was out there when he was the assistant coach. Then he had got that head coach job.
Yeah, I told DJ when DJ was West Virginia State. I talked to him and he said something. I told him I sent him by my mama's house, D man, to get something to eat. I don't know if he ever went,
Yeah.
but I told him.
Right.
Nah, I was lacking.
Yeah, I told him. I said, man, he's taken care of. He just didn't even know, did he?
Nah, for
Boy, that boy
sure.
Giannis eating right now. That's crazy.
Hey DJ, if you would have went by there, man, that pork chop sandwich is the best pork chop. My pops can't even mess
Nah,
with
I'm
that pork chop
mad, bro. I
sandwich.
remember you was telling me when you had went out recently,
Talking
mate.
about my mom's cooking,
Hey.
Yeah.
Mama Madeline used to take care of all of us.
Yeah, so like me and
Yes,
D-Man
ma'am.
literally grew up together. We played T-ball and sports together all the way up. And like growing up, so I never
Okay.
played high school organized sports. I always played in the hood. So growing up, they never wanted me and D-Man on teams. Any sport there was, we crushed them. D-Man is the most best athlete I ever seen in my life. I don't care what nobody say. He could shoot like Steph Curry before Steph Curry was Steph Curry. He can throw a baseball. He can throw a football. Everything. And you put a ball in there.
True.
Like even tennis. D-Man had me playing tennis at a young age.
Pause.
Remember we used to go downtown to play tennis, D-Man?
Would you say 2-6?
You guys hold on a second. I gotta check in and get delivered.
Yeah. So, but this is what I want to know. I heard you, D-Man. This is what I want to know. How did football change your life? Like, because the topic is a black male's perspective. And I like, I don't know about Methodist, but I do know about West Virginia State and William and Mary. So, them mainly are PWIs. How did that change your perspective? How did that change your life? What was